Today we've got a blue and red Arcane Bombardment deck. We're looking to cast a lot of spells in the early game and then reuse them in the late game with Arcane Bombardment to pull them back up out of the graveyard and cast them again for free multiple times. Now to help out with this, we've got some interaction with Play with Fire and Lightning Strike, and kind of that sort of ilk on the low end. And we're trying out Ill-Timed Explosion today. Very excited to try this one out. It lets us draw 2 cards, and then we may discard 2 cards. If we do, it deals X damage to each creature, where X is the greatest mana value among cards discarded this way. So we've got a few expensive things to discard sometimes, but it's important to note it only counts the most expensive one of the 2 that we discarded. Another thing to note is that this says draw 2 cards, and then we may discard 2 cards. That's a very important may. So if we don't need to be wiping the board and this is pulled up under a bombardment, all is not lost. We can just draw cards and then not discard them. It's pretty nice. Speaking of pretty nice, we've got Flotsam and Jetsam here as a new card on the high end. It's a split card. We can mill 3 cards and investigate at instant speed, which is okay, but we're really here for Jetsam, making our opponent mill 3 and then casting something from their graveyard without paying for it. This is great to pull up under bombardment and obviously cast for free over and over again, and sometimes it's just a Hail Mary in case you need to pull something out of their graveyard. And an added bonus of Flotsam and Jetsam is that when you discard it to something like Ill-Timed Explosion, it counts both sides of the split card towards its mana cost. So if you discard one of these, that's worth 8 damage to each creature, which is pretty much enough to take out most things in Standard. So now let's go see some games with this deck over on the ranked Standard ladder. Alright, let's get into it here. Happy to see Ill-Timed Explosion in our opening hand. Actually got the opportunity to do a, not a pre-release, but kind of a mini pre-release draft type of thing. It was only 2 rounds and it was lovely. We played with murders at Karlov Manor. Not Markov Manor, I keep saying Markov. Anyway, opponent's starting off with a Yoshin frontliner, usually in soldiers decks. Why is there red in here? Possible new archetype, maybe. Alright, and we've got Flotsam and Jetsam as well. Here's Lightning Helix. Yeah, we'll play you later. We got things to do here. Let's lay land number 3, pass it on back to the opponent. Yeah, Boros had some good cards in this set, it looked like. Could be very token and small creature friendly, but opponent's starting off kind of slow as we get land number 4. Could be time to big score here. Ooh, War Leader's Call, that's excellent. Pumps up all the opponent's creatures. Let's go big score. And then any creatures that join the board are going to hit us for 1 automatically from that. Ooh, and there's Bombardment. Nice. Do we just slam it? Or do we go Explosion and take care of the frontliner? Yeah, let's try the Explosion. Alright, so draw 2, discard 2. Let's get rid of Flotsam and Jetsam and this Galvanize. Nice. So that deals 8 to everything. And now if we draw an untapped land, we're set up to go Bombardment and activate it right away. Alright, well, buried treasure off the top. Let's just slam it anyway. Mirex. Alright, so there is some token production in here. What's that card I'm thinking of? A Ganjo Uprising. That could be good in there. Ooh, Charge of the Mites. Even better. Wow, that's really good under War Leader's Call. Make a couple of 2/2s. And Shock Me. Okay. Well, we definitely need to try to board wipe again. Let's go Ill-Timed Explosion. Pick up Galvanize. Sure, we'll Galvanize one of these. Draw 2. Let's discard Big Score and the Buried Treasure. So that hits everything for 4. And we've got an instant up for our opponent's turn here. Although all they have to do is cast these creatures. Ouch. Second War Leader's Call. So each creature comes with a free shock. Yeah, they're going to unearth the Yoshin frontliner. So that's good for 2 damage right there. At least we can lightning strike it. Let's see what bombardment brings us. Big score. Let's discard big score. Well, yeah. And we'll shy away from this Galvanize. Galvanize really in here for Shieldred. Wanted to see if we could trigger that ability. But not the greatest. Alright, we're at 6. Opponent with 3 cards. Let's go Jetsam time. So we're going to mill and cast something from our opponent's graveyard. Bombardment picks up Lightning Strike. Go with this big score. Good, another instant for our opponent's turn here. Ooh, did you see that? Yep, there it is. Oh, 2 copies of Lightning Helix. So we milled 1, there was already 1 down there, and Jetsam lets us cast anything in that graveyard. Yeah, nice. It is nice. Thank you. I told you we'd be casting Lightning Helix eventually, I just didn't count on it coming from my opponent's deck. Ooh, opponent with a bother, so creates 3 tokens. That's going to be 3 triggers apiece on these War Leaders' calls. That's going to drop us down to 3. Ouch. Alright. Lightning Strike, you're up. What do we get under bombardment this time? Okay, more Lightning Strikes. We might be able to burn this one out before we die. Let's galvanize one of these just for the heck of it. Big score away an island. Buried treasure and a land from the top. Let's resolve these Lightning Strikes here. Look like we're getting our opponent down to 5. More land on the top. Okay. Alright, let's go Ill-Timed Explosion. At least we can take care of the board. I want a big score, that's for sure. We've got 2 Lightning Strikes under here. So that should be enough. And oh, wow. Close one. Good game. Back again. On the fence about unauthorized exit, but we'll give it a try. In case you haven't learned by now, I'm the type of person who I have to play with a card to really get a feel for how it works. None of this theoretical stuff. Not good at that. Let's try to inconvenience our opponent slightly. Get rid of this Rot Priest. Not the greatest idea, but, you know, we have a slow hand. Alright, Jawbone Duelist. So, unless we draw into Ill-Timed Explosion, the plan is probably big score in to burn down the house. And that should be able to clear it off unless they've got some protection, especially for that Rot Priest. Usually comes with some protection. And Slaughter Singer's going to make all this hurt a little bit more. Yep, makes the Duelist larger. Let's get rid of the Seed Core with Demolition Field. And yes, we will take that action, grab an island. Nope, we were mid-combat there. Alright, another Demolition Field. So yes, this is our big score turn. Probably leading into burn down the house, and then it'll be up to bombardment to pick up the pieces. Ooh, Contaminator. At least it doesn't have haste. Well, they've found a backup copy of the Seed Core, so that's going to hurt with this Duelist. Yep, Singer pumps it up a bit. We are going to drop pretty low with this attack. Ouch, dropping to 4, goes up to 8 poison counters there. Let's ditch one of these bombardments. We get a Riddle and another bombardment plus Fading Hope. Alright, well, it's got to be burned down the house right here. Alright, we just need a little breathing room, and we'll be okay. Oh, no. Oh. Annex Sentry, what? Oh, on the token. Okay. Oh, and the tap land off the top. Oh, man. That is especially brutal. I don't know if they meant that play the way it happened. I mean, we are at 8 poison counters, so they kind of wanted to play 2 creatures there to get us. But that is just exiling that treasure. That is like, if they knew they were against a bombardment deck, that's like next level play. Oh, that's so annoying. And Confounding Riddle finds us lands. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I'm going to, yeah, that's good. You got us there, opponent. Good game. All right. Making some tweaks to the deck. Flotsam and Jetsam, pretty good. Some of these other cards, well, they're all right. Let's put Chandra back here. Keep our 3 lands and some of our early interaction. I've been liking a buried treasure lately. Start off with our tap land. Oh, still thinking about that last game. So I think we were at 8 poison counters. Yeah, anyway, I'm definitely keeping that in. All right, let's Galvanize Voice of the Blessed here. So Ruin Lurker Bat. Don't think we got to worry too much about that. It's really the voice that you got to take care of early. All right, we draw Confounding Riddle. So we're set up here to counter something. Opponent get in for 1. And Giada. All right, we're going to let that through and zap it with some lightning. Usually bad things follow behind Giada, so we can't leave her alive very long. All right, there's land number 4. Let's try to work on a big score here. Maybe. Opponent attacking. Okay. Let's big score. We'll discard Buried Treasure, because we can always use it later from the grave. We draw Ill-Timed Explosion, and we've got a Confounding Riddle. Opponent coming over doing some work with the bat today. All right. Opponent passes it back. Let's go big score. We'll discard Ill-Timed Explosion this time. Got Essence Scatter. Been trying Essence Scatter out over Make Disappear. Is what usually kind of goes in that spot. We'll let him have this Voice of the Blessed. That is fine. They don't really have a good life gain engine. I don't think it's going to get too big too quickly. Let's go looking with Confounding Riddle. Take Play with Fire over Essence Scatter there, since we already have one in hand. Let's Riddle again, see if we can't dig up. There she is. Arcane Bombardment. Kind of in a good spot to see if we can't get this enchantment down, especially with all these treasures. All right, let's play Bombardment. I think what we do is play with Fire on the bat, and then see what else we get. Riddle. Okay, well, let's look and... Ooh, we'll take that. Flotsam and Jetsam, please. We have basically milled like 9 other cards with these riddles so far. Gotta keep an eye on that. Let's surveil away another tap land. And so here we've got Essence Scatter for whatever our opponent plays. I'm not sure the bat is worth the counter. All right, we're going to take this. They have a lot of mana left up and 3 cards in hand. Okay, nothing. In that case, let's go Flotsam and just do the Mill Investigate side. We get Big Score and Riddle. Let's get rid of the Lounge. We'll decline that Riddle. Oh, there's another Burn Down the House and another Jetsam going to the grave. All right. So let's Fires of Victory on Voice of the Blessed with Kicker to draw. Oh, we picked it up. We picked up the Flotsam. Let's big score, and let's do Jetsam for free. Let's not mill ourselves much more. What do we cast? Splendor's good, but that's not really going to help us. Voice is good, but not really for us. Let's take the Overseer. Gain life, draw a card. Draw a couple more with big score. One more with fires. All right, so the voice is down. Let's pass. Gotta forget. Can't forget that's a clue token, not a treasure token. Yeah. No blocks here. Opponent at a robust 28 life. Let's crack this clue before that confuses me too much more. A third ill-timed explosion. And Demolition Field off the top. All right. What a weird hand. All right, let's go for the ill-timed explosion then. Let's cast Jetsam. We'll do one big score. I think we're like... Yeah. Our library's getting a little low. Ooh, hello, Vindicator. Let's take you off of Jetsam. And... So, let's discard land and another explosion. We'll do 4 to everything, and that'll trigger the Vindicator. We'll actually come out a little bit ahead, being able to point that at our opponent. And yeah, pass it on back. Free Vindicator, who doesn't like that? Opponent playing out a Ganjo. Yeah, opponent has ossification for us. We have not been playing a lot of creatures, so makes sense that they would have at least one of those in their hand. Ooh, backup Vindicator from hand. Oh, we probably should have Essence Scattered that. Let's Fading Hope it. We'll get another crack at it. Because I really want to cast Jetsam again. That's probably one of the best parts of this deck. Milled a couple of things. Let's see, so the Vindicator got exiled. There's a couple of small things. Let's take this Reformer. It's got something about gaining life on there. We'll try that. Ooh, another Flotsam and Jetsam. Well, don't mind if I do. Jetsam again. Yeah, let's leave the rest of this alone. With my luck, we would get so low that they would just put out a Jace and mill us to death. Take that Paragon, though. Reformer? Let's take Giada. If I'm going to be stealing more angels, then I can at least make them bigger on my side. It's kind of the plan. All right. We're attacking for 2, finally. Ooh, interesting. So opponent with the Depopulate in a deck with mostly creatures so far. The Vindicator is not even safe from that. Let's Essence Scatter it. We'll do the right play this time. Let's go Lightning Strike at our opponent. Jetsam. Pass on the rest of it. What do we take this time? Let's try this Resplendent Angel. And pass it on over. All right. Will we be able to keep creatures on the board long enough to win? Let's burn down the house. Oh, we pick up a second Jetsam. Actually, we might mill our opponent out with these things. I mean, 3 cards at a time. It's going to take us a little bit. We'll take that Vindicator, please. Let's see. I think I saw another one. Yep, there it is. And some Devils. So we will attack here for 6, bring our opponent to 10. All right. Well, hopefully this is a tough board to answer. Big Score in hand is our instant for activating Bombardment right now. Another depopulate from the opponent. Let's see, we can activate Angel, but I don't think that helps. It just kind of pumps itself up. Alright, well, Devil Triggers it is. 1, 2, 3. And looks like just the Luminous Phantom from our opponent. Well, tell you what, let's Big Score here. We pick up Essence Scatter, so we'll do that. Let's go Jetsam, Jetsam again, and Lightning Strike. And let's spin the wheel of our opponent's deck and see what comes out. Those Vindicators are still there. Take one of those, and yep, opponent scoops it up. Good game. All right, sitting down for another one here. Trying out a couple of these Thundering Falls Surveil lands and seeing how we feel about them. I'm going to keep that land on top. We've got Bombardment in hand. I'm trying the Falls, the Thundering Falls. That is the Surveil Lands Circuit Mender. We're going to Essence Scatter this. Nobody plays this card. It kind of scares me. There's always a combo waiting for me. And now we've got Riddle if there's a good turn 4 play. Nope, opts for a Field of Ruin on the Thundering Falls. Let's go searching for a land then. Mountain, where is it? There it is. It's like I can see it, but I can't quite click it. Alright, let's go. Demolition Field. 4 mana gives us a few different options. An opponent snuck a mountain down there while I wasn't paying attention. They're going to Field of Ruin us again. Opponent probably betting we don't have that many basic lands in our deck. Well, apologies, we have a few. Ooh, Urbrask's Forge. No, we gotta counter that one. Yeah, one weak area of this deck, we can't really deal with artifacts like that too well. Yeah, let's keep Lightning Strike on top. So I think what we're going to be able to do is Big Score into Bombardment and hopefully play this Lightning Strike pretty soon after that. Opponent Field of Ruin one more time. I'll tell you what, let's Big Score now. We can draw into this Lightning Strike and then shuffle after searching with Field of Ruin. Yep, we'll take Mountain. Ambitious Farmhand. All right, what are we up to, opponent? Land off the top. Let's go Shivan Reef. Arcane Bombardment. We're going to pass the turn. Keep up Lightning Strike for our opponent, who's sitting on a lot of mana. So if they try to destroy Bombardment, we can try to Lightning Strike them and see if we can't pull up a Confounding Riddle. Oh, well, we're going to have to try it anyway. Opponent goes Eternal Wanderer. Let's Lightning Strike our opponent's face. We missed it. I was hoping for Confounding Riddle there to counter that. And it looks like Explosion doesn't hit Planeswalkers, which actually, I'm going to have to remember that for the future and put some more Planeswalkers in our deck. Let's decline. So kind of just a nice draw 2 that we picked up with Bombardment there. So Wanderer can't exile this. Only artifacts and creatures.
Keep your eyes sharp.
And we've got another Explosion in hand to deal with this board. Unfortunately, leaves behind the Wanderer. But we'll have to remember this ill-timed Explosion bit of trickery. All right, let's go Confounding Riddle for the search. And Ill-Timed Explosion, probably just going to draw. Tell you what, let's discard Lightning Strike and Island. So that'll deal 2 to all creatures. Then we'll go Searching with Riddle. Yeah, Burn Down the House is just better here, I think. And finally, Ill-Timed Explosion draws 2. Let's decline the discard. Ooh, that feels nice. That feels really good. That's very interesting. Kind of rivals Burn Down the House for the flexibility. Okay, opponent with Elsbeth Resplendent. Let's try countering that. Opponent going with a very Planeswalker heavy build here. Oh, wait, hold on. I thought I saw something under there. We've got a Confounding Riddle under Bombardment. So let's use Fires of Victory to hit the Eternal Wanderer and get the free one out from under there. Counter Elsbeth with that. And yeah, all right. A little too much value going on. Good game. Well, that's an interesting looking hand. Let's keep that. 2 copies of Flotsam and Jetsam. Lead off with the tap land. Opponent starts off with a Snarling Gorehound. Kind of enjoyed playing with that card in the pre-release. It was like worked out a little bit better than I thought. In the fake pre-release I did. Alright, at least the Flotsam side of this card is an instant. And I know we're not like the right deck to take advantage of this milling on the first half of the card, but Bombardment doesn't mind. Alright, Stalactite Stalkers. Let's do Flotsam. A couple of lands and an Essence Scatter. Pick up a Lightning Strike off the top. Alright, let's pass it on over. So having Ill-Timed Explosion just be a 4-mana board wipe, super nice. Leading up to this expansion, it was often a balance of, do you want to go 5 mana for most of the good board wipes in Standard, or do you want to go 3 for some of the more situational, but definitely much faster board wipes? This kind of sits nicely in between. Alright, we're going to draw there since we know we're going to Ill-Timed Explosion. Get rid of this board. We'll draw 2. Let's discard Buried Treasure, because that's kind of free. Let's go one of these bombardments. Okay, opponent mills a bit. They are hiding some Jaces in there, so we'll have to keep that in mind. What in the world is that? Gixian Skullflare. Okay, if there's creatures in the graveyard, it gets bigger over time. Well, let's zap it with some lightning. Alright, come on land. Even Heartstabber from the opponent. Let's Essence Scatter that. That works. Ooh. Drag the Canal from the opponent. That's kind of spicy. I like that. Alright, well, we are stuck squarely at 5 lands. Let's go for the Confounding Riddle. Yeah, let's take the island. And play that out. Yeah, let's just pass it on over. Opponent's got a nice 2/2 detective going on. So untapped land here means we can Bombardment and go right for play with fire. Jace. I don't think I mind that. If they want to mill us, that's okay. No, going for the self-mill here. Ooh, what's that? Coerced to kill. So you steal a creature and make it a 1/1. That's kind of cool. Really like the art on some of these cards in Karlov Manor. Okay, no untapped land. Let's just go for the Bombardment while they're tapped out. These colors usually can't deal with an enchantment on board. Shielded comes down. We dropped a 9 from that detective attacking. Opponent mills themselves again. Draws a bit. We draw here. Gonna drop down to 7. Let's see. We've got Burn Down the House and Ill-Timed Explosion. Let's start with the explosion. We pick up Essence Scatter. Not useful here. Yeah, let's discard Burn Down the House. Oh yeah, I forgot about these triggers. That hurts a little bit. Okay. The draws from Ill-Timed Explosion. So I'm used to looking out for the draws from Big Score, but not the explosion yet. All right, let's pass it on over. A few instants for our opponent's turn. We can play with fire the Jace and get a activation of Bombardment here for free. Stalactite Stalker. Yeah, that's okay. I'll let that go. Opponent likely plussing. There we are.
Become subdued.
Okay, passing it back. Let's go play with fire on the Jace. Bombardment finds us. Oh, burn down the house. Okay. Let's make some devils. What's going on? Sacrificing the Stalker to take care of one of the devils. Okay. Sure thing. Point that at our opponent. Jace is down.
Retreat is the sensible action.
All right. Let's see. What do we do here? I really want to Jetsam, but it might be more wise to do something else. Yeah, let's go play with fire at the face and see what we get. Oh, wait. Yeah, I forgot we already had this burn down the house under there. So now 2 Essence Scatters and a burn down the house. All right, well, pre-combat, that would have been good. All these shiny new cards, so distracting. All right, opponent. Put 2 creatures on the stack at once. Let's live the dream. No? Okay. Let's go Lightning Strike then. Ill-Timed Explosion. Let's go burn down the house on Devils. Ill-Timed Explosion for the card draw. We will decline to discard. Oh, that's so great. Oh, so nice. Yeah, and we'll just take our turn. So refreshing to have some nice instants and sorceries in this new set. Let's see. Let's do Flotsam here. And we can keep up a Confounding Riddle. We've got to burn down the house under here. We'll do Ill-Timed Explosion just for the card draw. Yeah, these nice rare sorceries. Very nice after Lost Caverns, which was a little bit light on the hard-hitting spellcraft. Alright, well, looks like we are at 11 devils. Oh, reenact the crime? No, we got to counter that one. Although that is a great inclusion. I actually started off with a copy of that card in here. But as we see, it's a bit situational. Looks super fun, though. All right. What do you got, opponent? Oh. Vein Ripper. Okay. Well, luckily, nothing else to go with it. Let's crack this clue to draw. And tell you what, just to keep from doing anything stupid, let's put Chandra down. Just try to do some direct damage and go around the Vein Ripper. That's good advice in general. Good game.